Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation that one of our admin received, and the translation reads like this. You know what? I still struggle to believe what I found about our pastor. For years, he was like a father figure to me, guiding me with his words, always telling us that God had chosen him to deliver blessings into our lives. Every Sunday, he would stand in front of us, so sure, so confident, saying God has plans for each and every one of you, plans to make you prosper. He made us believe that if we kept believing, we would receive everything that we had ever prayed for. I can't count the number of times that I went up to that altar with faith, placing my hands together, closing my eyes, waiting for the blessings he promised. I saw so many people like me, people struggling, people who came to church because they truly believed that this man was a truly man of God. He was there to help us. We would pour our faith into each and every word that he said. He had this way of speaking. He was very passionate about the things that he did that made you feel like he was genuinely carrying God's message. It felt real. He spoke about blessings like they were within reach if we just believed hard enough. Your blessing is around the corner, he would say, but only if you are willing to sacrifice, to trust. And we all wanted to believe. I would give my tithe, but not just that. I would give extra whenever he would call for it, saying that it was for a special purpose, a holy mission. He would say the funds were going toward building the church, helping the poor, or doing good in the community. I would give whatever that I could because I trusted him. We all did. But then little things started happening, things that I could not ignore. People in church would say that they had seen him in unexpected places. There was even one woman who claimed that she had seen the pastor with another woman who was part of the praise and worship team. They were busy making out in the car. At first, I did not want to believe this. The first time that I heard it, I truly brushed it off. I really thought that this woman, since she was known for just gossiping around the community, maybe she was just gossiping again, trying to bring a good man down. But soon enough, more and more people started talking, and the whispers got louder. Someone said they had seen him driving a new flashy car. Another said that he had been spotted at a luxury hotel in Santon, far from the humble areas that we had the church and where we were living. I tried to ignore it, but curiosity started eating away at me. My respect for him was still very strong, but I wanted answers. I needed to know if there was truth behind these rumors. One Sunday after church, I overheard a group of church members talking about a photo that they had seen online. I felt my stomach twist as they mentioned the pastor's name, along with the name of a woman who was not his wife. They said that this photo, it was just too much. They were drinking and they were busy making out. My heart sank. I rushed home that day, opened my phone, went on Facebook, began searching online. I was half hoping that I would not find anything, that it was just a rumor. But there it was, a post with his face clear as day, with his arm around a woman. Both of them dressed in clothes that were far from modest. I mean, this girl, she was just naked. They looked so comfortable together, and it was obvious that they were not there for any sort of mission, but they were there to make out. I felt really bad. I felt like hating Christianity. I tried to convince myself that there was an explanation, that maybe he was helping her with something, but that picture would not leave my mind. I could not get past it. I thought about how he had preached to us about marriage, about staying faithful and living a humble life, and there he was living a life full of luxury with a woman who was not even his wife. I began to wonder if anything he had told us was true, but part of me needed to know for sure. I could not just take one picture as proof. I needed to see it with my own eyes. So a few friends and I decided to follow him after church service, because we used to have these church services late at night. One evening we decided to follow him. I felt like what we were doing was wrong, and I could not shake the feeling that we were about to uncover something that was important. We watched as he left the church in his fancy car that he had recently bought, not heading towards his home, but driving off to a high-end restaurant across town. We parked nearby and waited, hoping that this was just some mistake and he was meeting a church official, or perhaps someone who needed spiritual guidance. But when he walked into that restaurant, he was not alone. He was with another woman, and this woman, she was just almost naked, Brother Nashi, the way that she was wearing. They were speaking with each other without any care in the world. He was even grabbing her by the hips. I felt my heart break. Even the woman that I was with, like she had dedicated a lot to the church. I saw her shaking her head and said, all of this was for what? For nothing. And everything that I had believed in, everything that I had trusted the pastor with, suddenly felt like a lie. He was the man who told us to give up our own earthly desires, to live a simple life. Yet he was living in ways that we could only dream of. He was out there spending money with prostitutes. The money we thought was going towards the church, and the worst part, he seemed not to care. He was laughing with this prostitute. Since that day, I have not gone back to church. I do not want to call myself a Christian anymore because of the things that I have seen. If this pastor could do this, just imagine those ones that have a big following, that have plenty of people that donate money to them. What are the things that they do behind closed door? My heart was broken down, because I really thought that Christianity was for real, but now I have my own doubts. I still remember that this man, he would talk about living a righteous life, about making financial sacrifices, and now it is clear that those sacrifices were only ever ours. The man did not sacrifice anything. I am sharing this story because I want others to know the truth. Not everyone that you think is a man of God is truly a man of God. Most of them, they are liars. If you were to find what your pastor does in secret, you will end up giving up on Christianity like the way that I do. I know that there are those ones that are overzealous, that are going to judge me, but you can judge me, but this is the truth. This is what I found about the pastor. Tell me, how do you recover from such a thing? Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admin who helped us with this translation. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. Yo.